All right, guys, we've got this video from Flat. Let me turn down my game sound. We're gonna react to stuff for a little bit, and then we'll get into comp when the queue time's gonna get better. Let's react to this. Flats' video where he says counter swapping is getting out of hand in Overwatch 2.
Oh, instantly hack. This is gonna be a fun game. I can feel it.
He knows immediately, right?
Get together.
I think he talked about this game on the Group Up podcast.
Of the Overwatch experience.
I'm smiling.
Oh yeah, they have sound.
Yeah, did you have fun?
Never had fun.
Alright.
Oh.
The classic Sig on Junkertown.
I don't like it.
Oh,
He's hacked.
I suck.
He goes
I
Winston.
don't know if I can make it, but I can at least like pretend.
Because you can play Monkey into that, right? Because they have Moira, like look at their comp. Ready? I'm waiting for it to press tab. They're on Lucio, Moira, Sombra, right? Sig. So like you can actually play Monkey into that. You won't get a kill. You won't kill anything. I guess he swapped, and then he switches to Doom. Oh my God, the guy already swapped to Doom. The second Flats went Monkey, he went Doom. Oh my God, it literally was instant, dude.
You piece of shit.
It literally was instant, right? So let me explain this. This is why this happens so much in the tank role specifically, right? Because like there's no point in waiting for your ult, right? Like so say your ult is better than their teams, right? Like better than their tanks. Like that matchup happens so little or like so infrequently compared to like the actual cooldown exchange which you have every fight, right? It's not worth waiting for your ult, especially since the ult generally affects the backline characters more than the tank, because tanks in this game have so much more health and better cooldowns than they did in Overwatch 1, that you'll never kill a tank with your ultimate. And if you use the ult on the tank, like they'll get Suzu'd, they'll get droned, like Moira might fade away, I guess is a reason why you won't go for her, right? Or they'll get tranked. So, like, keeping your ult is just not really worth it as a tank player when you're only, like, 30% anyway. You're better off switching to get the advantage in the neutral because you'll get to your ult faster regardless, right? And that's just, like, that is just the biggest side effect of going to 5v5 roll-lock with a single tank. And that's kind of my point now. Like, if you can like 5v5 more, that's fine, right? But you have to acknowledge that this counter swapping phenomenon, which is definitely makes the experience miserable because people want to play what they want to play, right? Like tanking in this game is definitely less fun than it was in Overwatch 1 outside of double shield, outside of one meta that had overtuned broken characters that were strong enough to transition into 5v5 by themselves, right? Of course that's going to ruin tanking, right? Because you can't, like, they're just objectively more powerful characters. So that's just the side effect of this. And you're going to see this happen in this game where, like, you're better off just constantly switching, and that's just not a fun game experience, right? That's out of your control. Like, you want, as a game dev, the players to have as much control over their game as possible, which ironically is the thing people complain about in tank in Overwatch 1. But now, like, they just have to switch heroes all the time. It's just the you don't have to, but it's undoubtedly the optimal way to play.
You want to go for touch? I go for Ash. Yeah. I'll go for fun.
So let's see. He comes back on Monkey.
Okay, I guess I got touched. I'm gonna die like instantly, but.
Hold swap, point. That's all I can do.
Primal Bob. Yeah. Contesting this point is so hard. You have to. Your team has to do it
perfectly. The last
perfectly.
couple games, I'm doing it again.
All right. So then he switches to Hawk. He's had to switch to a new tank each point, right? I bet you anything this Doom swaps off Doom now. It just goes like Malgar or something. Nice hook. So there's Wolfie on his team. He dies to the Sombra. He goes to contest cart, which is the right play, and he's killing on cart. So they're not getting any point progress here, which is really good. I bet you anything this Doom swaps. Yeah, he goes Sig. He goes Sig. It's every fucking life, dude. And that's the right play. That, by the way, because like the weakness of Hog can't get covered up by another tank, right? To where like, oh, maybe I could stay Doom into this, right? Like the correct play there as that Doom is to switch. The optimal way to play the game is to switch every one of these fights. It's crazy, dude. It actually is crazy.
Oh no, they stole my mega. Oh, Sombra.
So now, like, honestly, he should just go back to spawn and switch. Because look at where Cart is. Cart's right here. He has time to go back to spawn and switch. And if they win the fight because he switches, like, it'll still be 2-fight territory. So he should, like, fuck your ult, dude. It's not going to do anything. Just go back to spawn.
Oh, that's a luck.
And this is why Flats asked for 6v6 quick play hack, by the way. He knows. At this point, like, he has recognized that no matter how you balance the game, this aspect of tank will not go away, and it's caused by the format, right? So, like, that's why in the Group Up podcast, he said he wants to try 6v6, like, quick play hacked, because he's, like he's finally accepted the fact that, like, this is as good as tank will get on this patch, right? It's either a single super OP tank, or if the heroes are balanced more, you just have to constantly counter swap, and that's just not fun, right? That's not a fun experience in general.
Run adventure back here. Run all the way around.
He's just getting hacked. Yo, hug the Sombra, bro.
Just keep running on our adventure.
And what's crazy about this fight, it actually would have been better for him to go back and spawn and switch, like I said, because he could have contested the cart and gotten 2-fight territory. He held his ult, and, like, I'm not trying to criticize his gameplay here, but, like, that's a really important concept, is, like, making sure the cart is at a part of the map when they have a really big time bank where it's 2 fights, so they have to dump all of their ults to win 1 fight, and then they'd have to build their next one, because you would get all your ults after that, and then hold them again, and so you'd hold them for, like, 3 extra minutes instead of just, like, 1.
Oh, lovely.
See, because he dies anyway. He just gets counted. You see what I'm saying? It's not even worth staying for your ult, because he just gets counted in the mid fight. So yeah, you can use your ult once and get 1 kill, but that's not better than just swapping and having an advantage in the mid fight, right? So he's gonna go. He goes Doom. The flat's Doomfist. I hope he's been improving. I gave him some tips when I could, but he's gonna go switch again. He's going back to spawn. Yeah, he's gonna switch again. He goes Ram.
It's a big suck. It's a big suck. Oh, that's not right. Oh no, guys.
I'm back. I swap out.
Good anchor on the point.
I'm blocking.
Oh, he's so dead. He's so dead. And, like, you just get drilled with everything as a solo tank. It's just miserable.
Keep touching, you win these. These are winnable.
Coming out of Fury. Oh no,
Keep touching. Oh.
Like, if we want to accept that tanking has to be like this because no one queued tank.
DPS passive, burning passive.
Let's say it for what it is, right?
Discorded, death. Rocked. Yep, good point. I forgot rocked.
And the DPS passive makes it even harder for tank players to play. Like, especially lower ranked ones, because they never stabilize, right? And this is why I don't like roll passive. Like, I'm having more fun this season, I admit that, right? That's because DPS is finally strong, but
this is how AI optimizes my.
But I completely acknowledge that, like, that's just because, like, supports aren't the best role in the game. It's not because it's balanced. So the Sigmir is coming out here. They're walking in. Oh my goodness. I don't think the counter swapping starts yet. They both Sigs will be closing onto their ult. Oh, he did! He swapped to Doom because they're on Lucio Moira dive, so they're just going to drop on their backline. This actually is a pretty good point for Doom, defensively and ranked at least. Flax get the flux. Let me kill the soldier. Oh, just kidding. There's the beat. Right? You see what I mean? Like, they're just going to beat your flux anyway, right? And stuff like that. So if there was an optimal swap here, like, it's better to switch. But, like, in this situation, the flux is good. Shrank. He's going to force him out. Oh, we should turn back the cart. Yeah, I see.
Oh no, are we dying?
Nice. Soldier's got height now. Sombra's back.
Oh no.
He's forcing cart here. I'm not going to critique his gameplay. Who cares? That's not the point of this video. Junker, but just a note, guys. Junkertown high grounds. Junkertown high grounds are like the most important setup. Like, keep one on a cart and get DPS on high ground so that they can cover. Then he goes hog. This point's a lot like Volskaya Industries defense, for those of you who remember it, where you just got to be on high ground. And he goes Orisa! He goes Orisa immediately, dude!
The horse is coming. Okay, I'm immediately swapping again. I'm not dealing with that.
And see what I mean? Like, this is the right play. What's fucked? Like, guys, that unironically what Flats is doing, that is the correct play. And, like, this is why I say 5v5 is worse. How can you look at that and say that's a better experience and a better gameplay experience for the player? Like, the reason why queue times got so bad was because tanky became miserable. That's why. It was a shitty product. Why can't we try making the role fun again and seeing if people queue it? It's not that they don't care, guys. It's that their solution was to just cut it off, right? Which is, like, technically an answer. But, again, if you go look at their announcement of 5v5, Like Jeff Goodman and Aaron Keller directly say that there's a lot of problems. And I had this from my tank video, and I'm still going to make it, right? I wanted to wait till after Season 9 after I saw the leaks, and I was like, okay, look, give me a chance to cook before I make this video and see what happens, right? But it's not going to fix tanking's problem. So I wanted to wait, and I wanted to wait for this patch to be out for a bit, for the game to be regarded in the best state ever, and for tank players to sit there and be like, you know what? My experience still is really shitty, man, right? And that's kind of happened now, right? That's kind of happened now. So, you know, it's like they directly said, this causes a lot of problems that we're going to have to address, right, down the line. And we're now a year and a half in, and it hasn't been addressed, right? So that's why I'm sick of people, like, coping about 5v5 and saying tank synergies were too oppressive. They weren't. It was just double shield. The only tank synergy that was oppressive was double shield, and that was a balance issue that could have been fixed via good balance, right? Let's not pretend that it is what it is. Like, nobody wanted a Q tank, and stick to the Q times argument, because that one actually is valid. Like, Q times is a very, very important thing. So that is I will give 5v5 that. That is the best argument for 5v5, because, like, you can't look at this gameplay experience and say that this is better, because it's not for the tank player. It's not.
I think Sig is the most unswappable hero. That's why he's so resistant to it.
Yeah.
He's like
Ram's pretty good against him. Don't kill the Orisa. Leave her. She can't swap me if she's alive. Oh, you fuck. I got hacked. Oh, hang on.
All right, let's see what happens next. He went D.Va.
Oh, she got the virus.
He goes Zarya. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. They just keep swapping.
No, I got this, dude.
They just keep. This is the right play.
It's not happening, you little fuck.
It's
not happening.
They get the point for free.
Keep winning, guys. Keep winning.
They're just capping. Look at this. Look at where the cart went. His team got to a free fight win because the cart pushed around the one fight territory to win. You win the round in one fight, right? His team got a free fight win because the optimal strat for the tanks was to play chicken in spawn and continuously swap heroes. That is how, like, that is insane. Anybody who tries to tell you that that's a better gameplay experience is talking out of their ass. I'm just going to I'm not going to beat around the bush. Anybody who sits down and tries to tell you that that gameplay experience, which is the optimal play, by the way, that is the optimal thing to do, at least in ranked, is talking out of their ass. If they come out and say we had to do this because of Q times, that's a more serious argument. But come on, this is not better for the gameplay for a tank player.
But she's beating.
Keep winning, guys. I believe in you. Yeah, I'm gonna go top. There's someone here. No soldier.
So now he's stuck on Zarya.
She dies. She's trolling.
She's trolling.
Oh, yeah.
Keep three. Keep three. I'm gonna go cry.
That's some fucking. Oh my god, there's a Sombra! Alright, bro, I don't know what's going on.
He won! He won doing that!
Did I get swung like all
This is like Thoughts is ranked in top 100. His team's playing Overwatch 3, 4v4.
I feel like there's more. There's more options now.
I play this game for too long every day. I have all the time in the world to be petty.
It's not even petty. It's not even petty. It's actually optimal in a lot of these situations. You just win for it. Let's see if he wins the game.
That's a big one to get back. That's a big one to get back. We got the big one to get back. We blast his ass. Oh, that's a break too. That hurts. I don't think they like me. They do not like me, guys. I'm scared. Huge. You're my savior. I'm going. W. That's like a fucking.
Can we go break?
W keen him. I'm going.
Alright, win the fight.
I'm going.
If they get this Sagger, it's Jover.
Walk in.
May had to use her CD so she can't walk. He's got Flux in the spawn. Doom's gonna get out. Oh, he got greedy. He greeted it, but the Doom's still gonna die.
Wait,
Big J5 in there.
huge.
Nice. They probably win this game. He came out on Doom when he should have been on, or Ram when he should have been on Sig. I'll never look at you the same.
Winning composition here. All right, so for supports, we're gonna go Lifeweaver, Lucio, okay, and then we're gonna run Reaper, and I think we run Stim.
Big J5 cookie.
Thoughts?
I'm so down.
And he just, and again now, because this guy came out on Ram, Wowga just beats Ram in the neutral matchup. He won at the hero select screen. He won this game on the hero. So I can tell you right now he's going to win this game. And then he called him a Christmas noob. The Brig's going to die because Mauga's also very good at the Reaper. Yeah, the Mauga died, or the Weaver died when he shouldn't, but they might still just beat this Ram. They might still just beat. He does! He does! He just wins!
What a fucking comp! Oh, yeah.
Wait!
He just still wins because he picked the right hero.
Let's go, dude. I told you the comp works.
I don't know what you guys did back here, but
We were cooking up here. It was wild.
It was fucking crazy.
This game is fucking off the rails at this point. You know what? You gotta respect it though, because like really that is how you play him. So we just full sit and fucking spawn the whole time. Poor Gibbs.
Yeah, and guys, like this experience right here is why Flat said that he wanted to try 6v6 back. He knows it at this point. And honestly, like you're gonna start to see more and more people realize it. Like the argument of 5v5 to 6v6, particularly for the tank players, right? 6v6 is simply, and this is just the reality of it, it is a better gameplay experience for tank players than 5v5 Roll Lock is. It just is, right? When this counter swapping, and I swear, like, I've heard some solutions people put out there, like, oh, well, let's limit the amount of swats people can have. That's a terrible idea. That's an absolutely terrible idea. Limiting the player even more. All Overwatch has done over the years is continue to limit what was special about the game. And I think there are some circumstances where that was good, right? But limiting my ability to swap is not the problem, right? It's not the problem. This never got brought up once in 6v6. The reason why it's getting brought up now is because there are new problems that have been created that diminish player experience in Overwatch 2, and people refuse to acknowledge that it's because of the format. Like, look, this format is functional. I'm not trying to say it's not functional. Like, it can function, but the question I ask you is, from a gameplay perspective, is it better? And I don't know how anybody can look at that experience right there and tell me it's better. That's what I'm sick of hearing. I'm sick of hearing it helps, it allows them to design heroes more freely. No, it doesn't. They have to make these new tanks OP as fuck with insanely powerful abilities. Cardiac Overdrive is the strongest ability ever added to the tank role. Ever. That ability is so fucking OP, right? Like, you have to make one-dimensional tanks that are overtuned with almost no fucking weakness or they won't get picked, right? That's not better, right? That takes away from what made like heroes like Ryan and Zarya special, right? Because the second the Ryan and Zarya misplayed in Overwatch 1, especially pre-double shield, pre-immortalities and stuff like that, they died, right? They died, right? But there was still, like, because those mistakes could be made, you could still be bailed out if you played well as a team. You could still do all this stuff. I'm sick of hearing, oh, well, the tank synergies were too OP if you get the right tank matchups versus the wrong ones. Okay, well, what about now? Now, if you get the wrong tank matchup, if you don't switch, you fucking lose the game. It's worse now. It is worse. And because the characters are stronger at their skill floor rather than their ceiling, it affects the entirety of the ranked pool, right? So now if you have a bad matchup, it's worse for you. And that's why you see Flats and the Strat and all these people constantly counter-swapping, right? There was less swapping around even in Overwatch 1 than there is now, right? Now, and again, Frito brought this up on Group Up where he said, like, I was arguing for a utopia. It's not perfect, right? But it's absolutely better from a gameplay perspective. It just is. I'm not trying to say that 6v6 was perfect. I don't think anybody's ever said that, right? But it's very easy when you compare these head-to-head about what actual gameplay experience is better. Like, tanking in 6v6 is just more fun. It just is. It's that. It's just more fun. It's not fun counter-swapping every 5 seconds. It's just not, right? It's more fun comboing tank ults. Like, the tank synergies that were so OP was also what made the role enjoyable. Like, that's also what made the role special, right? So, yeah, look, if you prefer 5v5, that's fine. But let's start calling it for what it is instead of trying to beat around the bush with all this sugarcoating as to, oh, well, the tank synergies were OP. The support combos were always more OP in every single tanky meta. It was always the supports. Iron's video covered that. My video covered that. And if you go and break down what happened, that's true. And also to top that off, like, let's talk about the queue times, because that's the crux of the argument, is that nobody was playing the role. And now the game's free to play, actually being updated. There's another one coming out. October 2020 queue times are fine. Right? Not to mention, my queue times right now in top 500, which is, again, this is a very small section of the player base, are the same as they were in Overwatch 1, right? They can easily get up to very high minutes, right? Very, very high minutes. So I'm not going to ramble on this one too much more, but Flats has been enlightened in the fact that he understands that as long as the game's in 5v5 roll-lock, that is the tanking experience. And it doesn't matter what tank is meta. You're either going to have a tank that you have to pick 24/7 because it's OP, or constantly counter swap as one player while you get bullied every cooldown. It's just not fun. So yeah, okay. Good video from Flats.